AKG K240 Studio Edition. The Studio comes from the fact that the sound signature for this particular pair of headphones, it's flat. And by flat, I mean it's not made for a specific type of sound. Does not exceed in treble, does not exceed in mids, does not exceed in low ends. It's just good. They are good for use in studio, so they claim, even though they are good in studio because it's not gonna color your sound in any shape or form, so what you hear is what you get for the most part. I'm saying for the most part because there are other more capable headphones than these, but for the price range they are really good, exceptionally good for the price. Not only because of the sound, but also because of their build quality and because of the way they are made specifically. And they're also good for a lot of other things. So let's start with the bad parts which are not so many. To be exact, the bad part is that at least my unit came with these type of pads, which, as you can see, they are number one, thin, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing. Using them, you're not gonna feel the inside of the cup that much. It's not gonna be annoying or anything. They are fairly big. But that said, the problem is the AKG K240, the first model, because they are having now the Mark II edition. The difference between the two of them, the Mark I and Mark II, is that besides these, they also ship the unit with one of these. These are made of velour, which is a softer material than this one, and because of that, but I'm going to talk about this type of material because this is good. This is actually good, minus a little bit of sound issue. Not too much, but definitely there is some loss in sound quality because of these, and I'm gonna get to that. But first, this type of material, it's really stiff, and because of that, the lower part of the ear cup, it's gonna get annoying with time. The more you use it, if you're using it for a long period of times, it's not gonna, I don't know, mold around your face or your jaw or ear lobe or anything like that. It's just gonna press on it, and it's not a huge amount of pressure. It's just it is enough to be bothersome with time, and because of that, these are uncomfortable. If you're using these, which is velour and a softer material, the comfortableness annoyance disappears, but with it comes a loss in low ends. And that might be a problem because by default they don't have low ends per se, so adding these is just gonna make them even flatter, if that's a word. It's just gonna accentuate the mids and the trebles. What I have on them is the brainwaves. They don't have actually a name. It's brainwaves replacement pads, and they come in different colors and different materials. They have these ones which are fake leather, PU leather, and they have the versions that come with velour. The advantage of these over the velour ones is the fact that because they are much thicker than the standard ones, it allows for a chamber to create. Here in this chamber the low ends get accentuated, and because it's not made of velour, it's not going to escape through the material. The low ends is just going to sit here, and it adds an extra punch to the sound in the low ends. So that's a good thing, especially because they are semi-open back. But again, this is the only downside of the build quality of them, especially for this price range. Saying that because they are really comfortable to use for a long period of times. I've used them for 4 hours, 6 hours constantly at work. Of course I've taken them off sporadically, but in the long run, 4 to 6 hours, days on end. And I never had a problem with them being uncomfortable or being annoying in any shape or form. So that's a good thing. I cannot say the same thing about a lot of headphones I've used, or some of the headphones I currently own. Even though they offer excellent sound, great sound, I'm still working on some of them to make them really comfortable to use, because the sound is excellent, but using them for a long period of time, it's not that excellent. Another important aspect of it, it's the clamp force. The clamp force is gradual. It's easy to pull at the beginning, and it becomes difficult to pull once you get to the maximum of the extension of them. So if you're putting on your head, it's not going to squish your head, it's not going to be something that clamps over your head. And with these, which are memory foam, it's not even going to break them, or you're not going to feel them like pressing on them. I would wish for that to happen, but it doesn't. But the clamp force, it's good enough in order to spread the weight of the headset across the entire headset. So having them on your head, it's gonna press on your head with the ear pads, and it's gonna create a friction force, which means you're not gonna get too much pressure from the headband. Because most of the headphones have this issue where they are placing the entire weight of the headphones on the headband by not having enough clamp force, or they are using a lot of clamp force, and it's just gonna squeeze your head. It's gonna become annoying, especially for if you're having on-ear headphones. But if you are using over-ear headphones, it's still annoying, and it's still a pressure, and it's gonna get sweaty inside, and it's not comfortable. The perfect solution would be to have enough force in the clamp force and enough force on your head, and on your head to be evenly spread out, which this headband achieves that exceptionally well, even though it's a very simple design. It's an old simple design, but it does its job really, really nice, really good. Talk about the build quality again. Another minus for them is the fact that it uses mini XLR for connecting your cable to your headset. Even though it's a detachable cable, it's a sort of proprietary cable by using a mini XLR. So if this one breaks, you won't be able to just pick any cable or laying around and use that with your headset, or mix and match. You're just gonna have to buy specific cables, or cable that has one of these inputs. What I've done for mine, but unfortunately I'm not having it laying around. I probably misplaced it, but anyway, what I've done was I've created an adapter, because surprise, surprise, it's not available, even though I searched a lot for that. Actually, what I wanted was a mini XLR male and a female jack output, but the cable between them, it was supposed to be short, so I just bought one mini XLR and one cable, one female jack adapter, and add a small cable between them, and had a small adapter, which I did something like this and glue it to this side. So basically I made a small adapter to use with mine. That way I could use different other cables, which probably in this case V-Moda boom mic. So I made these into a headset easily. But again, the good part is that you can actually modify it and add things to it, but it's not easy to do. It's not that easy to do. The other aspect of build quality is the fact that the way it is built, nice. It allows for the user to modify it just because you can easily change the pads, and you can find multiple diversity of pads available on eBay or Amazon or any other retailer. It has some sort of a universal diameter for the ear cup, so you can use a fair amount of pads to them. and it's easily it's easy to place or replace, and also it's easy to access each individual cup and change, paint, do whatever you want to do with them, or personalize them in any shape or form. It doesn't have components that are easily breakable inside or glued together with super glue or something like that. Glue which you cannot easily remove or replace. So that's another huge plus for them. In terms of sound quality, they sound excellent for their price range. I'm saying that because you're probably not watching this looking for a pair of headphones that sound like HD 800 from Sennheiser that costs 10 times less. With that said, it's just these are really good, really good for the price range. And you also add the fact that are extremely comfortable, really comfortable. The fact that they are semi-open allows for it to offer some of the soundstage that you would expect from an open back type of headphone. But it's not that great. I don't want to say it not that great. It is there, but it's not predominant. It's just, it is there, which is good. In conjunction with this type of pads, it allows to, the semi-open side of it allows to deliver low ends and keep them inside the ear pads and offer a fair amount of low ends, bass, and sub bass almost non-existent, but it is there, just slightly, but it is. And this is a very good alternative to 90% of headset or gaming headsets out there. It offers a clean sound, a good sound quality, and also they are very comfortable for long play sessions.